Alex stood at the prison gates, heart racing, as the clanking locks echoed ominously around him. The harsh fluorescent lights cast stark shadows on the faces of guards and inmates alike, each person a reminder of the world he had just entered. Overwhelmed by a swirl of emotions, fear, confusion, and an aching sense of loss, he felt a deep isolation amidst the chaos. It wasn't long before Rahim, a seasoned inmate with years of survival etched on his face, approached him. With a calm demeanor and the weight of experience, he began to share insights about the prison hierarchy and the unwritten rules of survival. As they walked through the dimly lit corridors, Rahim's words brought a flicker of hope, grounding Alex amidst the brutality. The distant shouts of anger and despair faded, replaced by a soft piano melody that underlined their connection. It was the beginning of a journey that would test not just his strength, but his very spirit. Maria sat on her cot, the thin mattress sagging beneath her, as she opened her diary, its pages worn from months of reflection. Each entry became a cathartic release, a bridge between her past and the stark reality of her present. Through her eloquent words, she penned stories of warmth and heartbreak, letting her memories wash over her like a bittersweet tide. She recalled lazy afternoons in the park with her lover, the sound of laughter mingling with the rustling leaves, a world so far removed from the cold concrete around her now. Her heart ached as she described the pivotal moment that led to her incarceration, a heated argument that spiraled into tragedy. The rustling of paper punctuated her thoughts, giving voice to her sorrow. As she closed her diary, Maria felt both the weight of her mistakes and a flicker of hope, yearning for redemption even amid the shadows of her existence behind steel bars. As the months pass, the harshness of prison life begins to soften for Alex, largely thanks to newfound friendships. Jamal and Leon, both serving time for different offenses, bond over shared interests, art and music. Their laughter echoes through the concrete halls, a reminder that joy can still flourish in confinement. Jamal speaks of his dreams of becoming a muralist, envisioning vibrant colors splashed across the gray walls of the prison. Leon, with his harmonica, brings the music alive, crafting melodies that transport them beyond their confines. The camaraderie between them weaves a tapestry of hope in the midst of despair. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Alex shares his fears of the outside world, but Jamal reassures him, "We'll face it together." Against the distant sounds of a harmonica, the trio's laughter reverberates, demonstrating the incredible resilience of the human spirit, even behind silent walls. Tension crackled in the air, thick and suffocating, as Alex paced the dimly lit yard with his heart pounding. The whispers of rival factions echoed around him, each word a reminder of the peril that lurked just beyond the view of the guard towers. Rahim's warning played in his mind, a constant battle between loyalty to his friends and a desperate need for self-preservation. In the chaos of prison life, Alex felt the weight of his choices pressing down on him. Every decision carried consequences that could change the course of his existence. In the distance, cries of anger erupted, and the familiar sound of fists meeting flesh punctuated the air. With every violent outburst, Alex felt a surge of fear and determination. He longed for peace, a life beyond gang divisions. The realization hit him hard. Survival depended not only on physical strength, but also on the courage to choose a different path. The arrival of the volunteer program transforms the atmosphere within the prison walls. Inmates gather in the common room, the air buzzing with a mix of curiosity and skepticism as social workers introduce themselves with warmth and genuine smiles. Rahim finds himself inspired by their presence, recalling his own troubled youth. As he shares stories with the volunteers, he uncovers a passion for mentoring the younger inmates, striving to guide them toward better choices. Among the laughter and shared experiences, he begins to envision a future where he can make a difference. Jamal and Leon also participate, their discussions about art blossoming into collaborative projects. Sounds of laughter and cheering resonate through the halls, infusing the dreary environment with a sense of hope. In this newfound camaraderie, the inmates cling to glimpses of redemption, realizing that within these walls, community can flourish, even amidst despair. As the year draws to a close, the atmosphere within the prison shifts, infused with a sense of hope and anticipation. Alex sits in his cell, contemplating his journey, feeling the weight of transformation infused with newfound purpose. He reflects on Maria's dreams for early release and how they encourage him to believe in second chances. Jamal, excited about his artistic pursuits, speaks passionately about his plans to decorate the community center upon his return to society. Their camaraderie becomes a source of strength, a reminder that even in confinement, life can flourish. As they gather for a talent show, the energy buzzes with collective anticipation. Laughter echoes through the hall, a testament to their resilience. Amidst stolen moments of joy, they find solace in each other's stories, embracing the possibility of brighter days ahead. In this unique celebration of talent, they momentarily forget their reality, united by hope and the spirit of togetherness. Alex sat in his cell, the weight of his family's absence pressing heavily on his chest. In quiet moments, he reached for the tattered letters exchanged between him and his mother. Each carefully penned word echoed a blend of love, guilt, and longing. He recalled the tears in her voice during their last phone call, the way she tried to hide her heartbreak beneath a veil of hope. Just then, the sound of laughter from the common area drifted through the bars. Jamal and Leon sharing stories, a stark contrast to Alex's solitude. He felt a pang of envy, wishing for the comfort of familial ties. As he penned a new letter, he confided in her about the friendships he was forming and the lessons he was learning. Each word was a bridge, connecting his past to a future he yearned to embrace. Hope flickered in his heart as he began to envision the day he could return home, healed and whole. Maria sat alone in her cell, heart racing as she prepared for an unexpected visit. The familiar sound of footsteps echoed down the hall, igniting a swirl of emotions. When the door swung open, it wasn't just another guard. It was Jake, her first love, standing there with a mixture of hope and hesitation etched across his face. Memories of laughter and stolen moments flooded back, mingling with the weight of their fractured past. As they spoke, the conversation danced between joy and sorrow, the joy of their shared history and the sorrow of their current realities. Maria's heart ached as she recounted her journey, her choices, and their impact on the life she'd once envisioned. The muffled sounds of the prison surroundings faded as they rekindled their connection, each word a reminder of who they once were and the life that lay outside these walls, now filled with both longing and unspoken regrets. The atmosphere in the prison has grown tense as rival gangs maintain an uneasy truce. Jamal and Leon navigate the precarious landscape of friendships, weighing loyalty against fear. During a quiet moment in their cell block, they share stories of their past lives, each narrative revealing the deep scars that shaped them. "It's tough out there," Jamal admits, his voice low, casting a glance at the ominous shadows shifting beyond their bars. "But we can't lose ourselves in this place." Leon nods in agreement, his hands painting images in the air of the life he hopes to reclaim. The soundscape grows darker, punctuated by distant shouts and the echo of clattering metal. Yet amid the chaos, the bond between Jamal and Leon remains a beacon of resilience, reminding them that even in a divided world, moments of understanding can forge powerful alliances. Their friendship becomes a lifeline as they brace for whatever may come next. With the weight of their pasts pressing heavily upon them, the inmates gather for a reflective session focused on forgiveness. Rahim shares his journey, recounting the resentment he held for years before realizing that letting go was the key to his own freedom. His voice, steady and sincere, resonates in the small room, offering hope to those around him. Inmates begin to open up about their own struggles. Alex admits to grappling with guilt for the pain he caused his family, while Maria reveals her desire to forgive herself for the choices that led her here. The atmosphere shifts as they share heartfelt confessions, each story a step toward healing. Soft, calming ambient sounds fill the space, creating a cocoon of safety. Within this shared vulnerability, they start to understand that forgiveness isn't just about others. It's about forgiving themselves first, allowing the possibility of rebirth. As the year progressed, a spark of creativity ignited within the prison walls during a vision board workshop. Inmates gathered in the common room, an unusual mix of energy weaving through the air. Alex, alongside Jamal and Leon, found themselves pasting images of sunsets, cityscapes, and dream professions onto large pieces of cardboard. Each cutout held a glimmer of hope, a reminder of a future beyond confinement. Rahim encouraged them to share their dreams aloud, and laughter mingled with the clinking of art supplies. Jamal envisioned a gallery showcasing his art, while Leon spoke of a life as a music producer. As stories unfolded, camaraderie blossomed, transcending the prison's harsh environment. The workshop became a catalyst for healing, allowing them to reflect not just on their past mistakes but also on their ambitions. The atmosphere buzzed with determination, a collective promise that their dreams could unshackle them from the prison's grasp and propel them toward brighter tomorrows. As the months drag on, the oppressive routine of prison life begins to weigh heavily on the inmates. Alex sits in the dim light of his cell, feeling the monotony seep into his bones. He turns to Rahim, who has become both a mentor and a friend. They share a moment in the recreation yard, where the echo of their laughter temporarily drowns out the harsh clang of metal doors. Every day feels the same, Alex confides, his voice tinged with frustration. I don't know how to cope with this. Rahim nods knowingly, reflecting on his own struggles. Together, they engage in candid discussions about coping mechanisms, breathing exercises, drawing, and journaling, offering glimpses of hope. The ambient sounds of the prison, a distant radio, the shuffling of feet, fade as their conversation deepens. In this moment, they find a semblance of freedom amidst the confinement, reminding each other that they are more than just their circumstances. The atmosphere grew palpable, a thick tension hanging in the air as news spread of a brutal altercation between rival factions. Alex sat in his cell, heart racing, the distant sounds of chaos echoing through the corridors. Jamal and Leon gathered in the common area, their usual laughter replaced by somber expressions. Inmates whispered fears, examining the fragile threads binding their lives together. Rahim, sensing the unease, gathered a few men for a talk. "We need to be better than this," he urged, his voice steady amidst the chaos. The weight of the moment pressed down on them, revealing vulnerabilities they rarely showed. As the echoes of shouting and clattering metal grew nearer, hope flickered in Alex's chest. "We have a choice," he thought, realizing unity could forge strength amidst despair. Together they listened, the gravity of the current moment igniting a newfound resolve within, pushing them to confront the challenges ahead.